All right. So, hi everyone. Can you all hear me? Just let me know this thing, and after that, we will be good to start. I'm checking out a few things. Wait, give me a second. Yes, be good to start. I guess, yeah, live stream is working fine. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Saturday live stream. So I decided to, continue on doing this live stream for a longer period of time, maybe for next couple months. Every week on Saturday, we're going to have this sort of a live stream where I'll be able to help you, give you some updates, um, help you with some of your questions, and just have a chit chat about what's going on in this blockchain development, Web3, and also the Flutter space. And the special part about this live stream today is that I have, a special Google form where you can apply to get a job in a Web3 startup. So that Web3 startup have a lot of openings, which are from different backgrounds. So if you are a marketing expert, if you are a blockchain developer, that means like you know how to write smart contracts in Solidity, or you are one of a good web developer who know how to design beautiful websites. So uh, these all are different types of, also a product manager. So there are a couple of jobs which are available, and they have a pretty decent stipend as well. So if you are interested, then I'm going to give you the link to the application form, and where you can fill in all the details, and yeah, and maybe get a job out of this. You never know what works for you sometimes. So yeah, that's one of an interesting update. I'll share the link once everyone join the live stream, because I see that it just started, and I'm going to send a few notifications on my Discord and my Telegram channels so that people can join. Give me a minute. Uh, so if you are not in our Discord and Telegram, then I would really suggest you to just go and join it. Uh, in that space, like I would literally share a lot of things about what's coming up, and people ask their doubts and questions. So yeah, I would suggest you to share. What's the link of this live stream? I have to grab it. Share, copy link, paste. Okay, Telegram done. Once again, sending it out on Discord server as well. And there's a lot of things going on in the blockchain space as well. For example, there is a new hackathon which is in India, and it's going to be an offline hackathon. And a lot of people would be interested in that. I'm going to share some details about it and some of my past experience, um, like being in that type of hackathon, which is at such a big scale, and have been to the similar hackathons organized by the same company. So I know, and I can share some experience about it and a few suggestions. So where is my Discord? Right, here it is. Wait a second. Announcements. Right. Right. And the link to Discord and Telegram. So yeah, let's get started. First of all, once again, let's roll up the intro and see what's new. Till then, I'll prepare, some things which I wanted to show you all. So yeah, let's see the intro again. So if you remember, we had a similar intro earlier as well, and that was like very simple one. So I tried to create this from a website, and now I'm going to talk about one of the series which is running right now about blockchain development. So if you are, one of the person who have heard a lot about what is blockchain and things around that, but you don't know what it is exactly, and you want to get into the space, but you don't have right information and you're still struggling. So I'm creating, a playlist which helps you go over these buzzwords about blockchain development, like uh, what is blockchain specifically, what's inside a block, what is cryptocurrencies, what are NFTs, and a lot of things around that. If you are, still struggling with these terms, so this series will help you, of course, in understanding what is Ethereum and how it's different, why people are so bullish on these cryptocurrencies, why do people value these currencies, what are essentially the properties of a currency. So all of these things are, curated in this. I've just curated these in short 5 to 7 minute videos each, and in these videos you will be able to get the fundamentals right about blockchain, and then you can decide if you want to pursue it as a career, or at least you will be able to be a part of a discussion related to blockchain, right? So this is the playlist which I have, and one more video is already aligned. So I recorded almost all the videos for this particular series, and I've shared this. I'm going to make this series live again. So let me share the screen, share screen, window. So yeah, so the third video you see here in this screen, like this one is already out, and I got pretty good response from you all. Like that's amazing. Actually, it makes me motivated that you like this content, and I'm going to post more such videos. And another like this video is already live about what are cryptocurrencies, and again, thanks for the support. Now, next video, which is about how does Bitcoin mining work, and what is Bitcoin halving, and like there are a lot of things around that. So people say that the Bitcoin prices are going up and down, but there is something which make sure Bitcoin is a hedge to inflation. So I've talked about those things and how does mining actually work, and a lot of things are related to how does a miner work and why do people mine Bitcoin, and is it literally like mining something, or is it just a reward of some gas transactions? And a lot of things are discussed in just 10-minute video. So I would highly suggest you watch this. It will be live tomorrow. So yeah, it would be great fun to see your response on this video. And let me now, walk you through the form which I got about jobs in Web3, so that you will also have a decent idea about what are the expectations and what is the opportunity at this point. So I guess I can share it again. Share the screen. Share screen. Window. Chrome tab. Stream. Dash screen. All right, I have to change. Okay, now I can share. Share screen window. So I guess you can see the screen again. It says jobs in Web3. So there is a company for which I created this form. So what does this company is expecting you, and what is the opportunity itself? So it's basically opportunity for the students who are doing an undergraduate degree from an college, and they want to do a part-time or full-time job in a Web3 startup, which is a very early stage. They're offering a salary that would be between 5,000 INR to 10,000, depending upon the work and the experience, so depending on the position, and also your experience. They have a lot of other perks as well. For example, like since it's an early stage startup, so a lot of things would be changed, so you will be able to experience how things work and how people raise funds. And so it's kind of a very early stage startup. There would be growth opportunities, and because the people working in the company would be having decent experience and have worked at different companies and done a lot of things, so you will get to have that. There would be flexible working hours, so you are not bounded to work straight up 8 hours each day. You can basically choose that I'm available right now, but I'm not available at this point. I want to do something else today, and something like that. There would be also bonus and goodies as a reward. and industry experts. Of course there would be, since the best, I've also worked with early stage startups. The best thing I like about working at early stage startups is that you got to interact with the top level people directly. So since if it's a startup, the person who the founder who's going to do who's doing the startup, who's the founder of the company, is experienced. He's not some of a person who just out of the blue wants to do something and he just starts a company and he's willing to pay you some amount. He have some experience, and you got to interact daily with him, so you got to learn from them. And even though that the founder might have a bit limited experience, but the mentors, the investors who are going to come in, they could be strategic investors and a lot of things. So you got to learn and experience in that way. So if you want to do a startup in your future, you also get to have an idea about how to run and manage a startup. So that is also one amazing thing. You will be building and products from a customer perspective, and pivoting to new demands, and acquiring new skills as you go. So there are a lot of things, and conversations and bond between each teammates get very strong at early stage companies rather than being at an MNC. uh, so these are the details you need to fill about your email. Okay, so they want twice. Phone number, and these are the positions. So if you are a React developer who have the passion for building beautiful UIs, which people love to experience and use, so that is one thing. If you are a pixel perfect person who knows about state management in React and who wants to do something interesting, they must fill the form for as a React developer. And also, if you are a person who loves to interact with people, connect with them, and share about different things and do some marketing about, they can talk about a product, they can talk with whole compassion, um, and can share about the vision of the product to, and can sell the vision of the product to other people. So that is another type of person they are looking for. It's kind of a marketing expert, what they are calling it. So it says it's in Web3. The reason is that in Web3 space, all the collaborations between companies would be also Web3, right? So if you understand the basic terminologies, for which I've created a playlist already, then you can call yourself. So if you have experience of marketing, plus you also understand the basic terminologies and know some of the other products and have used Web3 products, so that is what I call a marketing expert in Web3. And there is also an urgent need of a UI UX designer who is good in Figma and can design absolutely stunning designs for websites. So yeah, that is also an urgent need. There's also a need for a smart contract developer in Solidity. So smart contract developer in Solidity must have some experience about writing some smart contracts, might have deployed a couple of them um, on test nets, and um, done some work in basically this field. So this also includes the basic understanding about hard hat, Web3.js, and these libraries and everything, Truffle. So if you know that, it's really good. So a product manager, so I'm not sure about it because over a call they didn't convey it about this particularly, but a product manager is a person who takes the ownership of the product and the project that needs to be delivered, and he thinks from the user perspective. He tracks all the metrics about the product and keep an eye about is this product going in the right direction, and making sure to interact with all the different elements of this whole machinery, like React developer, marketing expert, UI designer, smart contract developer, and making sure everyone is aligned to the greater vision. So yeah, that is a product manager. Then you need to share some experience. So if you have worked somewhere else before, you have you have had an like kind of an internship, previous work or job or something like that, then just throw the links there about where people can see the proof of work. So that is also amazing. And also if you have profile links like for developers, GitHub and LinkedIn, or portfolio website for web developers, it's really amazing. Like I do have a portfolio website. I'm not sure, do you like believe it or not, but I have got a lot of opportunities just because I had the portfolio website. It's kind of a extra game which you play with the recruiters, because like a lot of people would be there in the list who wants to get hired at some company, but you can easily stand out with a simple portfolio website. So it doesn't need that your portfolio website is some kind of a rocket science where there's a lot of things going on. Recruiters see portfolio website is a proof and a belief which you have in yourself, that you are a person who have some personal brand and personal value, who can share, who's open to share his experiences. He is not insecure about his work. So if you have a portfolio website, it clearly demonstrates your work, your experience, your education, and they already have a kind of a proof of work that you, if you have written in the portfolio website that you know how to design websites, then it's obvious because I'm at your website already. So portfolio website is amazing. People don't like to download resumes to go through what you have been doing. So yeah, portfolio website is amazing. And other simple classic thing is resumes. And also, if you are a designer, then you can also attach some dribble or some, other designer like websites where people can see your design work and can judge you on that basis, that how much work you have and how much experience you have on that. And also, like, if you are available to join immediately, since I guess the post is an immediate post, or maybe kind of 2 3 weeks, I guess. So if you are available to join immediately, then it's amazing thing. So yeah, that is about it. I have shared this thing already on the description. So I actually said before starting the live stream that I'm going to share it after some time, but the description is right there in the link is right there in the description. So just go there, download it, and fill the form and share it with your peers. So if some opportunity, like, you cannot have all the opportunities, you cannot go and take all the opportunities, right? You can work at least one or two places simultaneously. So it's better you share with others so that they can also share when some opportunities matching to your skills come. So yeah, internship available in Flutter, are you saying or you asking? Because if you are asking, then I'm not pretty sure at the moment, but I can ask a couple of my friends who are building in Flutter, and they might offer you an internship according to your skills. But yeah, I do have some friends who are building startups in Web3. And yeah, so usually I get a lot of DMs about internships and jobs over LinkedIn without me asking. Okay, so if you are asking, then I'll surely just drop in this comment your LinkedIn or portfolio website, or any of GitHub also works, where they can see your work, and also they can those with the people. So every day I get around one, two, or maybe sometimes three about new DMs on LinkedIn about, hey, we are hiring for this opportunity. Are you interested? Are you looking for a change? The reason being that if you are showing your work over these platforms, like, you don't need to brag about your work or things like that. You just need to do the work and then make it visible to the people. So how can you make it visible? You can just share it over your socials, that I have built this project, these are the challenges I faced, this is how it's going to impact the people, and ship it in real time. Then there are enough opportunities that you can get. So I would highly suggest you this. But for now, it would be a great help for me as well if you can just share the link which I have sent about the Google form, is like jobs in Web3, to everyone in your connection, like friend circle, WhatsApp groups, and everywhere. So if I get around 20 30 good submissions, and will be able to hire some people, then it would be amazing. It would of course help them, but also help the channel to get invite more recruiters on the channel, and to hire the people from this channel. So yeah, that would be an amazing thing. So yeah, if you have any good topics, and then I would love to talk about those. As I have a list here about what things I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to start talking about those. I'm going to take a small break, and after that I'll start. But if you have some questions, you want to discuss something, just comment it down there. And Vampire, you were asking about the internship, so just drop your link to your profile, get a profile about Flutter internship, and I'll share it. Right. Let me show you something. फ्लटर के बारे में कुछ न्यू? फ्लटर में तो यार बहुत कुछ आई सॉ ऑन some news. Like, first of all, there is a conference going on, Flutter Conference India, right? Not going on, like it's going to happen. I guess it's scheduled for 19th of November in Bangalore. So if you are somewhere around there, then it would be really great. You can join in there. The tickets are open. You can just get a ticket, buy, and just go there. A lot of people will be talking about Flutter and different opportunities in Flutter. I'm annoyed with this mic. Yeah, so that is one interesting thing about Flutter, which is going on right now. And also, I heard about, I was checking out the Flutter's blog post about, let me show Flutter's blog post about what they have new in the Flutter version. Uh, Wait, let me show you. Yeah, this is the Medium article. Yeah, by Tim. And also, there's a lot of things going on with the Flutter team as well. They're hiring someone. Someone left the company. So the person, I guess, what was his name? I'm not sure, but Tim, I guess, who was one of the founders of Flutter in Google team, recently resigned because he wanted to do a startup. So yeah, that kind of a thing is amazing when I see people actually dropping out a lot of good opportunities, which we think that it's a great, you are doing great already, but they just drop out from these things to focus on what they really care. So he was one of the person who was working on Flutter and who actually built it. It was initially called as Sky. So the Flutter's code name in Google was Sky project, and he had a couple of conferences and talks about Sky project. And eventually, Google decided to rebrand to Flutter, and then launch it into the market, the first stable version. So he has been handling uh, the Flutter team there. So yeah, but I guess he recently resigned. This is the blog post which I was talking about. So let me check. A note of farewell, I guess. Uh, the person who signed out is Tim. Yeah, so I would highly suggest you just go through this blog post. There's a lot of things about Flutter in this. So they have said that every day, more than 1,000 new mobile applications are, not developed, actually published to the Apple and Google Play stores. So every day, 1,000 mobile applications are getting published to these stores, which are built using Flutter. So this is really amazing. And along with, there's more use cases are coming up for Flutter Web and desktop. I've tried Flutter Web and I've also tried Flutter Desktop for Mac. It's really amazing, and most of the time you don't feel the migration from a web, like from mobile to web. You just need to make sure that your UI is adaptive, else everything is really really simple and great with Flutter. And there are more than 25,000 packages, including one of one which I built. So yeah, there are more than 25,000 packages in the Flutter ecosystem, which you can find on pub.dev. And yeah, they announced Flutter 3.3 version, which have a lot of things. So if you see the refinements in performance, they are using Material 3. So Material 3 is the UI library of Google, which they have added. They also added Scribble handwriting support for iPad. So like on iPad, you have a pen from which you can write, what they call iPen. But yeah, so they have added support for Scribble handwriting, so you can create apps where people can draw something and do something, so that leverages the technology itself, because it is so powerful that it can support this much number of renders. And now it has native support for this handwritten thing is also good. They have added trackpad support, so this trackpad support makes them uh, you know up ahead um, to be more towards Mac or Windows laptops, and you will be able to create desktop apps with it. So I think where Flutter is going. So if I talk about Flutter specifically, अभी तक Flutter के अंदर क्या होता है कि people are able to build mobile applications, Android and iOS. Flutter already killed it in this direction, and they have done really great work. After that, they thought of to moving to the next step. So they had two options. One is that they can move towards building web frameworks and going into the direction of websites, and other option was to work towards making something amazing in the desktop field. So what they actually find out that on website they had a lot of competition already. React was already the biggest shareholder. Now they have Next.js, Gatsby, Vue.js, Angular. They also have Angular framework. So it's basically competitive market, and they also have their own technology, which takes a huge cut in that. So it doesn't make sense to add one more and just be more fightful in that. And Flutter is already not a good tech when it comes out to be for Flutter, like SEO, search engine optimization. So it has to be a single page app. So why to just give so much time and effort towards this direction where we already have a new tech like Angular? So I think they decided to focus and pivot with desktop, because on desktop you don't have great options. Like you can build for native, like you don't have great cross-platform options. We have Electron.js, which is amazing, but it's kind of a hybrid app where a browser window opens and you just write your HTML CSS code that runs like a desktop app. So it's not an amazing experience which have been delivered, but there are a lot of, since there's a companies want cross-platform technology for desktop, but there are not much options. So they picked with Electron.js and just did it. For example, we have VS Code, Slack, and all Microsoft Teams. These are the products which are built using Electron.js for desktop, and it's cross-platform. So Flutter, I guess, then decided to focus towards building desktop apps, so that they can compete with Electron.js. And I think they are on the right direction. Recently, like on Flutter version 2 or 3, I guess, Ubuntu announced about their installer for Windows, which would be developed in Flutter. So that's amazing thing, because if you can install an operating system using an application which is built in Flutter, so that shows how much potential and how much performant this technology is. So yeah, I guess that's why Flutter is trying to focus on the desktop market more than building something for the web, and focusing on the web thing, because Flutter web is not really great at this time, and they don't want to waste their time on doing the same thing, right? So yeah, that's why they have a lot of good support for desktop in the newer version, and you will get to see a lot of good support in this versions. Yeah. So yeah, this is the article about Flutter 3.3, and they are also talking about a new graphics engine which is called Impeller. I guess it's under development right now. It's not launched. Yeah, it's under development, and you have an early adopter preview for iOS. This, so if it is work out and like it comes out to be much more faster than Flutter would be, killer app, a killer technology for building on mobile apps. It's already taking a huge market share and moving very fast every day. 1,000 apps are being published which are built on Flutter, so that's really amazing thing. And Eric, sorry, her team was not the person who's leaving Flutter team. Eric is the person who's leaving the Flutter team. He was one of the leading co-founders of Flutter, who was working at Google, and now wanted to do some startup and do something entrepreneurial. So yeah, you can also watch this developer summit where Eric showed how to build apps using Sky. So Flutter was initially, as I said, named Sky as an internal project of Google. So yeah, this is amazing. Now, in the Web3 space, also I had some news about US government, shared about some of the regulations they are planning to impose towards Web3, which is a good thing, because we want it to be regulated rather than just easy, just people governments ban it. So if governments are thinking to regulate it rather than just clearly banning out the option of Web3 and blockchain, then it's a good sign. And US government did something about it. So Nishchal have a thread on this specifically. So yeah, you can read about this, and they covered a couple of things related to Flutter, which is like really really good. I can, I guess, share it. Yeah, you can see this, I guess. So he wrote this thread today itself. So White House has put out the first ever framework on crypto regulation. Here is what they wanted to cover. So they have 6 points, I guess: consumer protection, safe access, financial stability, responsible innovation, financial leadership, and tackling illicit finance. So what's going on is that they want to protect. So there are a couple of concerns which governments have with Web3 right now. One of them, which is very important, is about consumer protection. So it's like, if you get to, if you are not enough aware about blockchain and these things, then there's a high probability that you get scammed and fooled. Like, um, there's a high probability in this Web3 space. And the sad part about this Web3 space is that if you get fraud, or you got scammed or something, then since it's being unregulated and it's built with the things like privacy and all these things, so you even won't get your money back anyway. No one could even try to help you. Like, there's no option, literally. So as of now, Web3 has been, for that same reason, Web3 has been, a space where people who are enough knowledgeable. So most of the people who are into either uh, good knowledge about technology and tech specifically, they can use it. Still, Web3 companies are facing this onboarding issue, where they want to onboard next million billion users, but they cannot because it's complicated right now. You have to explain. So there are projects like Rainbow Kit and others, which trying to create a very informed manner, like connections and wallets, and they're trying to explain what is a wallet when you are basically connecting the wallet itself. So there's a huge scope for edtech companies who wants to fill in the gap of Web 2 to Web 3. And we have already seen projects, a lot of projects which are around that. But the thing here is that mostly projects which I have seen are focused more towards development. But we would also need, to onboard users, we would need to have some basic fundamental courses like the one which I am trying to create about blockchain basics. So these types of courses will help normal users to understand the terminologies, to be informed about taking a decision. And yeah, that's very important. So that's what the government concerns are about: the consumer protection, regulations about DeFi platforms. Now DeFi is, very interesting, that governments cannot control and cannot see how you are financing things, how you are managing your funds, how much funds do you have. So this is a big problem for it. With blockchain, let's say you said to the government that I have deposited $1,000, but you deposited it on over a DeFi, a decentralized finance platform, where you made 1,000 to 10,000 and then transferred 9,000 or 8,000 to some other wallet address. Now you come back with again $1,000. You said I don't have made any profit. So governments cannot track it. So it's also, a very uh, hard thing to do. And with DeFi, the problem, for example, what happened in the case of Luna and Anchor Protocol and these things, where the it got everything got scammed because of a few hackers, and a lot of millions and billions of dollars got burned. Literally, money got burned, and no one can do anything about it because just a few hackers did something interesting. So and governments cannot do anything about it. So that made Web3, a governments are really scared about Web3. That's why, because if something awful happens, whom they're going to arrest? Are the founders? So yeah, so about we were talking about Luna, right? So the Terra is the organization name, and the organization founder. I recently heard about some news where the South Korean government is going to arrest him for what happened to Luna. So there is such a gray space. But the thing here is that the people in Web3 are really optimistic about the technology. These are initial onboarding and basic standardizing issues which have been happening, and which have also happened in past when internet got into the market. There were scams, there were tons of people also got, if you today think that uh, the scams today, if you get an email that you won $10,000 in a lucky draw, just share about your bank details, and the person is talking from a different abroad company, and they were just randomly giving out some money. So will you trust those today? You won't, because we have already educated people towards these scams. Now these scams, most of these scams are outdated. So if similarly, these things, the problems with the blockchain and these things will also get eroded as times progress, and as more companies going to build on it. Yeah, so this is another thing which we should obviously consider before taking any steps. So yeah, this is the full thread. I would highly suggest you to read it. You can find it on his profile, and of course give him a like. And yeah, so I was talking about this. Yeah, so that was it about blockchain. There is also an event which, yeah, let me show you about this event as well. There's amazing hackathon which is going to start later this year, which is called Asia's biggest Ethereum hackathon. So, what is Ethereum going to be covered soon in my YouTube series? But let me show you what this hackathon is about. Yeah, so you can see it's called Asia's biggest Ethereum hackathon, which is from December 2nd till 4th of December 2022 in Bangalore. So it is an offline hackathon organized by DevFolio and ETH India and supported by ETH Global. So you can see this amazing, cool stuff. UI, which like the design is awesome here, and attention to detail is also really great. And like there are a lot of good judges and people for mentoring, from people from Protocol Labs, Devfolio, Denver is there, Srijan. The partners, sponsors like Polygon, Filecoin, Binomi, Stack, EPNS, LivePeer, Covalent, and a lot more going to come. I'm sure the graph is here already. And yeah, so it's a free hackathon where you can apply and join in real life at Karnataka Trade Promotion Organization. But you have to, apply from this button on the Devfolio. Just enter your details, share all the things they want about your experience and uh, your projects. And after, they are shortlisting on rolling basis, so you will receive an email from them if you got accepted. So that is also amazing. Great, then I guess that was it for today's session. We are already here since 38 minutes, so yeah, that is good. That's a good retention time, I would say. Next, tomorrow, I am posting another video into the blockchain basic series. I would love to have you all there and just watch it. It would be really interesting video where I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, how does it work, how it is hedge against inflation, what does mining means, and what problem. Look, you might have heard a lot about like that there is some problem that these machines and these miners are trying to solve each day on blockchain. So I've literally talked about the same problem they are trying to solve, and what does it mean, and what's the solution to it. And yeah, so this video is going to be very interesting. It will be live sometime tomorrow, so just keep an eye on the channel, press the bell icon, and yeah, we'll see you there. And also fill the form. Link is in the description about jobs in Web3. Share it with your friends so that most people can come in and join. So yeah, that's it for this video live stream, whatever. See you tomorrow with the new video. And yeah, bye. Have a nice day. Enjoy.